Well, definitely a muggy Friday here in central and eastern Kentucky. We've had the majority of the organized scattered showers out into eastern Kentucky. It's going to be unsettled for the upcoming weekend. Strong storms on the table late on Sunday. That's something we'll have to keep an eye on. Tell you about that in a second. Dry and pleasant as we head into next week. Notice here on our Max HD radar, the bulk of the activity is out here into eastern Kentucky. Still got some heavier showers now moving out of Fleming County and eastern Rowan County, eventually crawling up 64 into Carter County and Elliott County farther south. This area not really worked over, and we had some sunshine and temperatures in the upper 70s this afternoon. So as a result, we're getting a few pop-ups. Clay County over into Knott County, down through Letcher, Harlan, and Bell counties. Now here in Lexington, mid-afternoon, the cloud deck, the ceiling really came down. Our visibility dropped, and we had some light rain and drizzle. That overcast this morning really keeping a lot of the thunderstorms away. Everything's spinning around a mid-level low that is rotating into Ohio and Indiana, and you see on the nose of that starting to get some thunderstorms developing off to our north. But overall, I think generally quiet with the exception of the activity to the east as we go into Friday evening. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HD Camera Network, Richmond EKU, southwest winds at about 5 to 10. We're at 70, so temperatures have actually come up a couple of degrees with that low cloud deck and some of the light rain and drizzle early. We drop back into the upper 60s. Meanwhile, you see the slightly warmer air helping to fuel things out into eastern Kentucky here. As far as our dew points are concerned, 70 in Somerset into the mid to upper 60s elsewhere, and that gives us, of course, that very muggy feel. Unfortunately, not great news for the pollen forecast heading into the weekend. Weeds, grass, tree, and mold, all the pollen and mold on the high side. So do keep that in mind. That boundary that was off to our north kind of washing out here, the main system across the central and plains in the upper Midwest, they've got some severe weather ongoing out there again tonight. Our futurecast, notice not a whole lot of activity, an isolated storm or two possible overnight. It will be mild and muggy, mid to upper 60s, and then with the mix of clouds and sunshine should run into the low 80s, but you see the scattered storms firing mainly with the warmth of the afternoon. It gets a little more interesting into Mother's Day. The front moves through, but we're not out of the woods because this wave of low pressure is going to help to enhance and potentially get a complex of thunderstorms or a squall line of storms to ride right on the nose of that low and dive to the southeast late on Mother's Day. So a lot of it may end up being dry, but there's that strong storm element in the mix late in the day. After some morning showers, we're in the clear later on Monday. But speaking of that storm threat, notice in yellow here the level 2, including the bluegrass, and then level 1, southern and eastern Kentucky. Damaging winds, large hail, that's really going to be the primary threat here, along with heavy rain. The tornado threat's very, very low end, especially with that type of scenario. Good news for the middle part of next week. Notice we're going to be dry. There'll be a little weak boundary drop through, reinforcing shot of some milder air, but looking good. Notice our muggy meter, how it really drops off, especially into the middle part of next week. So better days ahead as we roll into next week. 66 tonight with a few isolated to scattered storms. Mainly tomorrow afternoon, more sun we get, better chance we'll hit the low 80s. In the extended forecast, we'll keep an eye on things. Again, the arrival late afternoon on Mother's Day, more so into the evening hours with that strong to severe threat, and then looking good. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, low humidity levels, afternoon highs into the mid-70s. Another cold front heads our way next Friday, storms and highs back in the low 80s.